This first one's called "Just Beneath the Surface," and yeah, it's about the parts of us that I guess go unaccounted for, but are very very real nonetheless. The things we like to pretend we have control over, but actually have zero, and the parts of ourselves that we're surprised by, no matter how many times they rear their head. Have you ever thought your little girl glamour shots and the events of that whole day spent at the mall was maybe a part of you you didn't know you were clinging to, as if that's where the secret had taken its hold most of all, like a feather that finds its invisible path as it falls. Just beneath the surface, there's another one of me, at the root of all my trouble, in the twitch before I speak, with thoughts and revelations even I could not accept. So just beneath the surface is where he will stay kept. When you talk about me, do you stick to the memories? Or was I just another victim of the case? The one that went cold on you, the way it was bound to do. For any detective that hasn't accepted his place and still wanders a city in hopes of it showing its face. Just beneath the surface, there's another one of me, at the root of all my trouble, in the twitch before I speak, with thoughts and revelations even I could not accept. So just beneath the surface is where he will stay kept. Between the thoughtless words and the wordless thoughts, between my plotless fears and my fearless plots, between the parts of me I keep from you and the things that I'm just not, the center keeps on drifting, the music never stops. And when the singing is through, there's not much else I can do for you, which might be more than what you'd want, but less than you'd expect. From a coded dream, from the final scene, where all the heroes and the villains intersect, and that lost feeling through the credits feels correct. Just beneath the surface, there's another one of her, the one I'm taking with me, the one that I prefer. After all her reasons, but right before she left. Just beneath the surface is where she will stay kept. Oh, just beneath the surface is where she will stay kept.
I mean, what a song right there. I mean, what a song and what a freaking version, man. I've listened to that a lot, but that was really special. So thank you for that. So when I first heard this song, I was like, this dude's been reading Freud for 50 years. Like, he needs something else to do. I say that jokingly, but I'm serious because I've from my class covers Freud to feminism, as I like to say. And Freud, although he has his problems in terms of the current application, still a lot of the concepts that he created are still very much the foundation of psychoanalytic thought. And the leading concept of Freud is the idea of the unconscious, that we have our conscious being, our conscious thoughts. We walk around this earth interacting, but just beneath the surface is another side of me, of us. And often it's the less flattering side. So it's the, Freud talked about aggressive and sexual drives, but also other drives and fears that we didn't think were acceptable or wanted. And that's a little bit about how I've used and communicated this song. And there's also a beautiful line there that says, in the twitch before I speak, and we can all relate to that idea of like, I'm about to say something, but I just caught myself. Some people lack that skill, right? Yeah, well, that's another chat.
It's my dad.
But that's the concept of a Freudian slip, that we say things that sometimes are hurtful or jarring, but guess what? They were meant to be said. They're how that person really says. So we're talking about filter and then thoughts and revolution. And then what we try and do, and I'll wrap up, but we try and keep the unconscious under control. And it's a constant battle between the, id, ego, and the superego. And this song is kind of a playful and eloquent illustration of that. So